The total mic test. I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm trying to figure out what to do for the doodle romp. And I have these earbuds, these Apple earbuds that I love, but I'm not sure if they're compatible with the YouTube Live app. So that's what we're testing. If you guys can't hear me right now, then that means it's not working, and I'm gonna have to wait and see on the playback. I'm not gonna be able to interact too much with you guys in the chat. I'm gonna let this go for a little while I'm working with our little Schnauzer Maddie. I just got her out of the tub. I have clipped her ears and cleaned her. I've clipped her ears. I clipped her nails. I didn't clip her ears. I won't do that, Maddie. Cleaned her ears though, and we plucked. And now she's clean. I gotta brush her out a little bit now after she has just gotten out of the tub. And then I'm gonna dry her. And that's gonna be a big test too, because if these earbuds work, that should cut down on the dryer noise too. So I'm gonna find out. This is all a test, guys. But I figured, hey, you all like schnauzers, right? I know you like schnauzers, and this is my schnauzer, Maddie, that we used in our schnauzer demo that you guys loved so much. So, not a bad deal, is it? All right, so let me just see how it's looking over here. Okay. Don't know. I'm getting no chat. I can't see. Let me see if I can see the chat. Da, 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 da. Okay. Well, all right. Like I said, guys, this is a test. All right. Well, there's 3 people watching, so hopefully it's worthwhile. Let me move this. So I'm just prepping Maddie right now. And like I said, I don't know if you can hear me. I have these earbuds in, and I'm trying to see if the mic and the earbuds is going to work with this YouTube app for going live. So I'm going to turn my dryer on and let it warm up for Maddie. And now you may hear ridiculous noise if these earbuds are not working the way that I'm hoping they are. But we're all going to find out. I'll probably end up deleting this video if it's terrible. All right, but you can see Maddie. That's what I want. Want to make sure you guys can see what we're doing. I know that window's there. That's kind of a pain. I have to have my phone plugged in because it's kind of dead right now. So I let that warm up. It's warmed up already. I'm going to put this on Maddie a little bit while I'm working with her. Now I'm going to brush her furnishings out a little bit before I dry her. Good job, Maddie. I do this all the time, guys. I brush them when they're wet. Remember me telling you that? I'm using a Lay Poosh brush. Right now, it's not the matte zapper. It's just, oh, geez, I don't know which one they want to call this. I think it's the soft. I don't know. I forget. I don't think they make Lay Poosh brushes anymore. Or they started to again. I'm not sure. So she has some matting right here. You see that, guys? My comb snagging in it. You're going to see what the rake thinks of that. This might be able to pull through it pretty quickly. I'm just kind of breaking it up, and look at that. That rake just took that mat out, and she didn't seem to mind it. That's another thing that I want to make sure when I'm dematting dogs that it's tolerable to the dog. But that worked great in Maddie's coat. Plus, I conditioned her, so her coat's nicely conditioned and it's clean. So that's a great way to get out little mats in the legs and areas. And it's pretty quick, as you can see. We got that out fast. And I did brush her before I got her in the tub, didn't I, Maddie? So, they get little mats here and there. This is just the way it is. She's got a little bit of matting there in her armpit, so I'm just going to kind of pick away at that. This is kind of a good follow-up to what we did yesterday in our live stream. We talked about mats and dematting your dog and brushing your dog. So here we go. Okay, and I think everything's good there. I'm just going to run this rake through too, and it's happy. See that? Got a little bit out. And yeah, that's all good there. So let's check it with our comb. Looks good. Maddie, I just want to brush your beard and your eyebrows a little bit. We'll see how this goes, guys. I might just go ahead and put the whole groom on. Leave it, just leave it go. I'm not going to be able to take you too close because my phone has to be plugged in, but I'll see what I can do. Okay. All right, Maddie. So I'm just going to work over here. I'm going to move our air a little bit. Try to get her drying. I am going to use the force dryer on her in a second when I know she's completely dematted. So now I'm working on dematting these legs. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Once again, this is a test. It may not be, it may have cut out the audio completely. And I did get some matting out of her with that rake. I really like that. If you're gentle, it's a good dematting tool, obviously. Usually we use the rakes on our double-coated dogs, but not always. I use it to thin out coats. Been using it a little bit on Gus. It's been really thick there at the nape of his neck, and I really like the results I got from that. I'm probably going to put something together when I can to share that with you guys. I know I will, just not exactly sure when, but I know that dog needs Groom now. Gus does. And I was thinking about him today when I would have a chance to get him groomed because he needs it. But I've got so much schoolwork this weekend, and I got a pretty busy week with grooming and work. So I don't know. If I could at least bathe him, I'd be happy because he's going to start to get matted. Okay, so we got some hair out of Maddie, obviously, there while we were brushing her when she's wet. Now we're going to force dry her. Right, Pooh? I know, Maddie. You're just fine, honey. You're just fine. Let's move stuff around here. I'm trying to get her face and her beard dry with the stand dryer, because obviously I don't really like to use the force dryer around their face and their ears. But if I use it on low, I can, and some dogs tolerate that just fine, and other dogs don't. Maddie, she doesn't really care for air near her face, so I'm not going to do that to her. All right, let me just see if you guys can see. All right, we're going to do some force drying now. All right, you ready, Maddie? Let's roll it. It's loud. Okay, Maddie. So I always start at the back, work my way forward with them. And this is on low. It's my K9 3 force dryer. So I think that most of this demo is going to be visual, guys. I'll walk you through the trim. I just hope you can hear me, because I don't know if the mic is working with the iPhone. If not, you guys aren't hearing anything. This is just a test. But we're going to groom a schnauzer anyway, right, girlfriend? It's okay, Maddie. Maddie's very touchy. If you remember in my other schnauzer videos, she was the dog that I used in the demo. She's very touchy, very skitty, very afraid. Kind of not a typical schnauzer, if you ask me. I love her. I don't know why she's so touchy. It could be breeding. Don't know. She's a good girl. She's very smart. Very smart. All right, honey. That's my girl. So, just continuing to get her dry here. I'm really close to the skin with the force dryer because we're on low. It's not very powerful on low. So, she certainly doesn't mind it either. I wouldn't need to use it on high for Maddie. That would be craziness. I could blow her straight off the table if it were on high. We don't want to do that to our girl, Maddie. No way. We love Maddie. Good job, Maddie. That's a good girl. She dries rather quickly. So, I also like force dryers because they straighten out the coat. As you can see, makes it look really nice. You're determined to not get in that air, aren't you, hon? Let's put it up above you. Yeah, we'll get your ears dry, okay? That's a good girl. I know, Maddie. Let me have this foot so I can dry that one. That's a good girl. That's my Maddie. I know, Maddie. It's all right. It's all right. See, I picked up her other foot, so she holds that one still, but she's still trying to pick it up. Um, it's a nice trick when you want to work with one leg or one foot to pick up the opposite leg. Then they have to keep that leg down. All right, let's move around here. I feel like we're in a major obstacle here. There's all kinds of cords. Oh, good girl, Maddie. I'm having a real bad hair day. I washed my hair today and it's so limp, so I just threw it up. This is my third dog I've groomed today. Fourth dog I've groomed today, actually. Groomed 2 Yorkies this morning, and I just finished a little poodle Pomeranian mix. She's really cute. She's tiny. She just left. It's me and Maddie, and then we have one more dog today at what time? About 4 o'clock. I have Dakota, and he's a Maltese Bichon mix, I believe it is. Maltese Bichon. Yeah, I think so, Maddie. I know, honey. We're almost done. We're almost done, Maddie. Okay? Yep, almost done. Good job, Maddie. I know, honey. It's all right. You're such a good girl. Yes, it's okay. All right, Maddie. I know. I know. You're fine, though, okay? You're fine. All right. That's a girl, Maddie. She's pretty good, guys. I'm going to turn off that dryer. I'm just going to fluff her one more time with the stand dryer. I have my phone plugged in because live streams kill it. All right, I'm going to move this in a second because I like to trim on the other table when I'm grooming dogs. I like to bring them over here. It's a bigger table to work with. So I usually do my drying and brushing on this table, and then we move over to I call it the finishing table. It's our finishing table. Good job, Maddie. I'm going to trim little Maddie today. Going to give her a schnauzer cut. Schnauzer trim. Right, girlfriend? Say, breed standard trim. You betcha. It's one of my favorite trims to do. Good job. And I just want to get her beard and her ears. They're a little wet, so I'm going to carefully brush this beard. I know you don't like it, honey. It's okay. You're fine. All right. Oh, nice job, Maddie. Okay. And just fluff this out under here so she's nice and fluffy and pretty and completely dry. Good job, Maddie. Okay, and this one. Let me see, Maddie. Good job. She is a pretty girl. You really are a beautiful schnauzer. You really are a beautiful schnauzer. I think so too. Okay. Looks good, huh? Let me just got a little crinkle there in her beard. I want it to be nice and straight and pretty. So I'm just gonna kind of pull that pull that gently. Good job, Maddie. It's okay. We're almost done, honey. I know you don't like this. Okay. Gently around her eyes. Very gentle. Very gentle around the eyes. Okay. I like it. Now I gotta let this guy cool off. I'm gonna move Maddie over. So let me move her, then I'm gonna try to move you guys so you can get a better view. Let's see what I can do. I can't promise you it's gonna be all good. This is all just a test, remember? But you might enjoy it. So there's Maddie. Move this out of the way. All right. Now, I do have a long cord on my Right on my phone. Hold on, guys. Oh, goodness. There's stuff everywhere in this shop. I'll move this table. Let's move this. See if we can bring you guys closer. I think you would enjoy a better view. How's that? It's okay. It's not awesome. Maddie's awesome. The picture's not awesome. All right, Maddie, are you ready, sweetie? Is this cool? Not yet. All right, so I'm going to hook up to my clipper back system for those of you that might be interested in that too. Going to use a 5 in reverse on Maddie. I'm going to clean my blade real quick with some Andis Pool Care. It cleans and lubricates and disinfects, right, Maddie? Yes, it does. I'm going to turn this on, about medium strength. Okay. Oh, as far as the airflow goes, it's okay, Maddie. All right, now remember, bend or stifle. Right here it is. Where her leg bends, the back of the bend of her leg, that's where they start my pattern. Now from there, I want to picture an imaginary line from the bend of stifle to her shoulder blade. And that's the line that I'm going to put carefully, straight up like that. Just like that. And I'm going to take the rest off. Good job, Maddie. I'm so proud of you, Maddie. You're such a good little schnauzer. You're a good schnauzer dog. Now, that muscle right here, guys. Right here it is. Right where it dips in. I'm going to go right above that. Just showing off that muscle a little bit, but that's how much I'm taking there. Now, I left all this. We're going to come from a diagonal from this line, where this line and this line meet is going to set her tuck up, which is right here. I have a better video on this, guys, on my channel, how to groom a mini schnauzer. This is all just a test today. Get rid of that. Okay, so now I'm going to turn Maddie around. Let's turn this way, Maddie. Can you come on over here? Oh, I know. Okay, there she is. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Then the stifle right there. Maddie, can you look up? There you go. There. Okay. I see. I see what I have to do. Plus, I already know the pattern. I can see it from the last time I groomed Maddie. The pattern's already there. It's just overgrown a little bit. Same thing here. Good job, Maddie. Now we're going to take all that off on an angle. I'm just using the corner of my blade, actually, to do this. So, because with the air system, upper back system, it takes a little getting used to as far as knowing how much hair it's going to pull in. Maddie, I need you to come over here, okay? I'm going to take all this off, okay? This is the easy part. I just set my lines. Maddie, you always want to keep your hand on them, and she's very unpredictable. I use a 5 in reverse. I don't think I said that on a schnauzer, which leaves the length of about a 7 with the lay of the coat. Good job, Maddie. Taking all that off. There you go, girl. I know. I'm going to take everything off here on the neck, but I have to so I can get her back on her lead, because I don't trust Maddie's really quick in her movements. Right above the breastbone, Pulled up the beard. Right to the, there's a little whisker right there. Okay, right there it is. Just keep coming. It's all right, my Maddie girl. Oh, you're just acting really sad here about this, aren't you? Acting like it's terrible. Maddie can turn. Chin up. Come on. There you go. I know, man. Boy, I love this Schnauzer mallet. It's a good handle, isn't it? It's easy to keep your hand on a Schnauzer because they have such a strong, sturdy head. And they are a strong, sturdy breed. That's for sure. All right, so they have a little bit of a calic here. So there you have to kind of go the opposite way to trim that properly. All right, so good for now. I like to get her back on her leash because she's cray cray. Cray cray. Let's flip you around here and take care of this side, Maddie. Then I'm going to show you the last thing I'm going to do with my 5-blade before we switch to our 10-blade. Maddie, stop. Trying to walk away from me. Typical. That's what dogs do. I know what she's doing, and she knows that I know what she's doing. That's why when I told her to stop, she stopped. All right, good job, honey. Say, we're in tune with each other. We know exactly what's going on here in this grooming table, don't we, Maddie? We do. All right, so I'm going to turn off the back system. Now I'm just going to, with my 5-blade, without the back system on, with delay, I'm just tidying up that line a little bit. That's it. I'm not coming down into this much, not doing much there. See how I have her stretched out so I can get a good clip on her? That's why I do that. Pull this little leg out. Do the same thing here. Just tidying up. Oh, she's grunting. Okay. Same thing over here. Tidying up that line. With going with the lay of the hair with my 5-blade instead of against. I'm going to tidy that up a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Good job, Maddie. Okay. Yep. Now let me front of you. Chin up. There you go. Just tidying up. You guys are going to see me using my kimchi shears on this girl. I love using kimchi shears. Okay, so there's that. Let's switch it over to a 10-blade. Why there's so much hair in here? It's a hairy place, isn't it, Maddie? Groomer needs some water. I'm going to check on you guys. I don't know if you can hear me. And I'm not seeing any chat. I don't know why I can't see it on there. I don't get it. I don't know. All right, I'm going to turn my back system back on. I'm going to turn the airflow down a little bit. Okay, Maddie. We're going to trim Maddie's head. I'm going to start with the ears. I'm going to clean them off with a 10. Good girl, Maddie. This is one area that Maddie is a little quick with her movements. She makes me a little nervous at times. Good job, Maddie. So I try to talk to her and keep her still. Good job, Maddie girl. Yeah. Oh, she says, I don't really like this. I don't really like this. All right, honey. Clean up the base of that ear. You always come off of the ear, the side, off of the ear leather. You never come at it this way, okay? Maddie, I'm going to put you up a little higher. You're really hanging that head, and that makes it hard to groom. It really does. Sometimes you need to raise your grooming arm up because they're hanging their head like that. That gives them too much play, too much movement, too much room for air. That's what that is. Good job, Maddie. All right. I know, Maddie. Tidy up. Okay. All right. Now, that little cowlick, I like to clean that up with a tin. Just make it nice and tidy. Maddie, why do I have to do that? All right. I do like to do the top of her head with that 5. I didn't do that. I'm going to bring her up, and I'm going to clean up underneath her belly. Hi, Maddie. Just tidy that up. It's kind of a horseshoe shape under here. How much I'm taking off. Good job, Maddie. I'm going to clean up around her hiney. He doesn't like this. Kind of go away from the anus. The whole idea. Like when I'm coming up to it there, I want to remove that hair. They can be sensitive here with a 10 blade. If you put too much pressure when you're clipping, it could cause irritation, and they're going to itch and itch and itch, and they can get it irritated when they get home from rubbing it on the ground, on the carpet. All right, Maddie, stop. That's a good girl. Okay, so then I'm just tipping up this leg, clean up the inside of that leg from the stifle. Stand up for me, Maddie, and clean up right there at her pee area. Good job, honey. Clean up her little pads in a V shape. I know you don't like it, Maddie. That's a good girl. Right at that back pad, like take that kind of short. Good job, Maddie. Yeah, I don't like it when I mess with your feet, do you, Maddie? I know you don't. Okay, I understand. Maddie, that's a good girl. That's a good girl, Maddie. I know that you don't like this part. You're being very good. Stop. You're being very good, Maddie. I know. We'll get through it, okay, girl? Sometimes just talking to him like this helps. Good. It takes her mind off of what we're doing. She doesn't like this. It's okay, Maddie. I know you don't like it. Okay, let me just get in there. I would really like to clean that up. I don't want you to have mats in your little feet. Okay, Maddie, can I see that? That's a good girl. All right. Yeah, I know. Hey, she's just mouthing. She's not really being mean. Okay, Maddie. Okay. You gotta do. I know you don't like it, Maddie. Be patient, please. You got this foot and one more foot, and then we're done with all this stuff you don't like, okay? That's a good girl, Maddie. She's kind of ignoring. You see what she's doing? She's like, fine, I realize you're gonna do this. As long as it doesn't really hurt, I'm gonna allow it. That's what she's thinking. I think that's what she's thinking. I think I know what she's thinking. We're in tune, aren't we, Maddie? Okay, we're pretty well in tune. We know each other. We know what each other's thinking. I know you don't like it. We have to do it. We're almost done, Maddie. Good job. That's a good girl. Yes. All right. Cleaned up those pads. She did it. She did it. Yay, Maddie. You did it. I am going to clean up right here, right in front of her eye with a 10 blade. Like to clean that. Hold the little eyebrows back. We certainly don't want to clip them. That's what makes her look like a schnauzer. I'm going to push her eyebrows out of the way, and I'm going to come straight down between her stop there, just to clean that out real short, okay? Now, the rest I'm going to do here on her head with a 5 blade. I'll show you. Turn the clipper back system on. Not too high, though. I don't want it pulling too hard. It'll pull too much hair in. Now we're going to come right from the base of the skull, which is our occiput, forward. And I'm going to stay away from those eyebrows. We do not want to clip them off. All right. I like to do the 5 in reverse here. It does a real nice job. Then we come right to the corner of the eye. This is a schnauzer. From the corner of the eye down on a slight angle. There's a whisker there, too, that we use as a guide. Okay, Maddie. Now, this is an awkward way to work. I'm trying to let the camera see what I'm doing. Right from the corner of her eye. Hold on, Maddie. Hold that eyebrow down so the clipper vac system doesn't suck it in there. I don't want the clipper vac to suck off those eyebrows. That sounded bad. Oh my gosh, that sounded bad. Okay. Let's just pretend nobody heard that. Okay, Maddie. Looks good. I think we're ready for scissor work. My favorite part. Yes, it is, right? Maddie's too. She loves the scissor work. So that makes it feel pretty, pretty. Oh, we're not done. Don't get too happy. Don't get too happy. Let me clean up this hair real quick. See, that's where a clipper vac comes in handy. You just get rid of all the hair everywhere. Oh my goodness. Maddie girl. Yeah, okay. Settle. You're fine, young lady. Let me see how things are looking for you guys, if I can get a better view for you. I think that's about as good as I can get, guys. I know the lighting's not great either. Isn't she pretty? Isn't she pretty? Isn't she pretty? Two shears I'm going to use. My Kenchi Lightning and my 8s. Are these 8s and 8.5? Hold on, I can't see. 8.5 straight shears. Okay, first thing I'm going to do with Maddie, I am going to put her up a little higher so she doesn't have as much play. I'm working on her head and I don't want her moving, and she tends to move. So I'm going to trim the hair off the edges of her ears, and I'm actually just using the tip of my shears. That's it. After I itch my eye. Okay. I know you guys probably can't see this too well. So I apologize for that. My schnauzer video is much better. All right. And I'm pulling the hair off the edge so I can see what needs to be trimmed. Maddie, you hold still. You hold still, Maddie. Okay. Been a very good girl. I got real close. I hold my breath when I'm doing this. Not that I'm afraid. I don't want to move. Good job. Okay. Trim that out. Okay. Right on the edge. I have both fingers pushing the hair. I can kind of feel where the edge of her ear is. That's kind of telling me, giving me a mental guide too, with my other hand that's doing the scissor work. I can feel where the scissor is resting. That's my girl, baby. Very good, Maddie. Now, let's check out these eyebrows. Okay. So, I want to go straight down like this. I'm not going to take too much time to explain, guys, because Maddie's going home in a half an hour. And there's nothing worse than a owner walking in when you're trying to finish grooming their dog. It doesn't go well. So from the edge of this, her nose to the corner of the eye is the cut that we're going to make with for our eyebrow. That's the angle. Like that. Okay. And straight there. I want that straight. All right. See how that eyelash is quirky? I'm going to cut it so we look and we see straight. Okay. Corner of the eye. Corner of the nose at the corner of the eye. Sometimes less is better. I'm just going to tidy that up with my Kenchi and make it disappear. She had a wild eyebrow there. Eyelash or whatever. Okay. Just touch up that edge a little with my Kenchi shear. All right. Now I'm going to tidy up a little under her eye. I'm going to hold that eyebrow back. Maddie, stop. Stop walking away. And I'm going to tidy up underneath her. I know a lot of people are like, oh dear God. I know, Maddie. Hold that eye. Stay. Just tidying it up so her face stays a little cleaner for longer between grooms. All right, Maddie. And I'm going to sort of blend away the difference between where the 10 clipper blade work was and the hair that we're leaving there on her nose. That's a pet trim. That's why we did all that. Show trim, you wouldn't have taken any of that out. Now we just come down on a slight angle. We want them to have a nice beard with a slight angle. And you can thin it if they don't like such a full beard. Depends on what the client wants. These are my Kenchi shears that I use on every dog. Right, Maddie? You gotta hold still, honey. That's a good girl. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna leave that face alone for now. That one eyebrow's longer than the other. Okay, right here at her chest. Hold on, man. I'm just gonna blend that away a little bit. I want her looking up so that I can see what hair wants to pop out there. And I'm just blending away my Kenchi. See how much these clippers, these thinners take off. Just those few strokes that I was taking. And it's smooth like butter. These things are great. Okay, I want a nice straight line here, so I'm just looking over anything that falls over that line that I'm picturing. I'm going to scissor off with the Kenchi shear. Good job, Maddie. And take out that armpit hair too. Good job, because when we look at schnauzers from the front, we want to see, stop, we want to see an H. It wants to look like an H, okay? So we do want straight here. Straight and H. So good job, Maddie. I'm going to comb that out, and I'm going to scissor up anything that's sticking out over those lines that I don't want. I know you guys can't see. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Good job, Maddie. I'll see if I can get her to stand nice on the table when we're done so I can give you a good view. I'll take the camera off the tripod, whatever. I can't talk. I can't talk and groom. Okay, Maddie. All right, I like that H. Now I'm going to take a look at her from the side. How's that looking to you guys? I know it's not great. A little better. She's such a pretty dog. Okay. It's all right, Maddie. I'm just going to blend. I do kind of a comb over scissor technique right here and blend those furnishings down a little bit and blend my clipper work into my scissor work. There you go, honey. And from elbow, we don't really want these furnishings to be any longer than her elbow. That's technically as long as they're supposed to be in order for her to look balanced and symmetric. So I'm holding that leg straight out as if she were taking a step. And the tuck up is behind this rib. So we're going to accentuate that a little bit. Slight angle. And then this will come into this. I'm going to thin out that armpit hair because I know she's going to mat in there. There you go, Maddie. Good job. Oh, she's a good girl. Now I look at him. Stand straight behind her and scissor off anything. I'm still using my Kenchi shears. I told you guys I could scissor a whole dog with these shears. They're awesome. I love them. I think I'm going to purchase a pair of their straights. I've never used their straights, but they're so lightweight. They feel so light in my hand. I can only imagine how good a good pair of straights would feel made by Kenchi. When you're scissoring, and if your scissor is slightly heavy, it hurts and it affects your scissoring. Okay, I'm going to need some straights. I like to keep my scissors away from their feet so they don't kick them off the table, because we all know if your dog kicks them off the table, they're going to knock them out of whack, possibly damage them for good. Then I would be really sad. Really sad. So I try to keep that from happening. I've had it happen many times, so obviously I've learned that yes, they are going to move quickly and unpredictably and kick our tools off the table, leaving us with broken hearts and broken tools. Right, Maddie? Just break our hearts. You take it all away. Oh my gosh. Take it all away. What the heck? What the heck? Back to my Kenchis here, I forgot to tell you. All right. I think we're going to say we're happy with that, but of course, the more I look at it, the more I'm not. That's why I have to sometimes move on and then come back and say, yeah, you know what, don't take any more. Sometimes just do a quick all the way around them and then come back and fine tune. Okay, so Maddie, do you have to stand so close to the edge? You see that interfering with my line there? I don't know if you guys can see it. That's what I want to take off. My imaginary lines of what the shape of her leg should be, or what I want it to be. Good job, Maddie. It's okay, young lady. It's okay, young lady. Now I'm going to take a look at the top of her leg, top of her foot, and up her leg. Just blend that. Good job, Maddie. Blend it together. I'll finish scissoring her foot here in a second. Shake the hair down, see if anything wants to pop out. Very careful with your shears back here. There's a little knuckle right here that sometimes hides pretty good in that hair, right, Maddie? Yes, Amy has nicked knuckles before. And that breaks my heart. That's a beautiful leg you have, my pretty. So if these earbuds do work, I don't know if they are. They're supposed to be working as a microphone, but it may not work with my phone. That's what I'm testing. See if it works with the YouTube Live app, as well as my phone is an iPhone 6 Plus. It may not work with that. I can answer the phone and all that with these earbuds. It's great. I have them on like all day while I'm working, because if anybody calls me, I can just answer the phone and talk. I've been force drying dogs and talking on the phone with my earbuds in while working on a dog, and the people on the other end are going, it's I can hear you just fine. I'm thinking, holy moly, these things are awesome. So today I thought, why don't I give this a shot? Because I'm sort of worried about I want some type of a mic setup for at when we go to the doodle romp on April 27th, because I want to interview people when they're doodles. I want, to be able to interview them, and I want you guys to be able to hear well. And I know it's going to be on the beach, so I know there'll be a little bit of wind factor there possibly, and that can often cause a lot of problems with audio. So I'm going to try to figure some stuff out before I go to the doodle romp so that I can hopefully avoid those pitfalls and we get some good footage and audio for you guys because I'm so excited to take you with me. I really am. I'm going to schedule certain times that will be live. Okay, that side looks good. I'm very happy with the way she looks on this side. Yeah, Maddie, can you show me your profile a little bit there? It looks good. Let's just tidy this up a little bit. Okay, now let's turn Maddie around. Maddie, we need to do this side. Okay, good job. Get rid of that hair. So Maddie's not stepping on hair. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. Comb over scissors. Just blend a little bit here. Good job, Maddie. Okay, and set the length to her elbow of these furnishings underneath. Here's your elbow right there. I'm going to thin out this armpit too. So I'm just taking a little off. You see the difference? See now that's the length of her elbow, and that's important. It creates balance in your groom. Makes her look proportionate, right, honey? Clean up your little armpit. Okay. So, all right, honey, it's okay. We got one little tangle in there. I'm sorry. I don't know how. I thought I got them all out. There it is. I got it. There it is. It's gone. No more tangles. We don't like tangles, honey. Such a good girl, Maddie. Make sure that both legs match, too. That's another thing you're always looking at when you're grooming. Good girl, Maddie. Boy, it's nice and quiet in here. Very quiet in here. Hold on, hon. Good job. I didn't set that tuck up. Makes a big difference when you put a tuck up in there instead of leaving it straight across. You are such a good girl, Maddie. Jay's a pet, so I like to take this top of the foot tight, meaning short. That's what tight means. So that it stays clean for her and for her owners. Get rid of some of that. Doing good, Maddie. Grooming is kind of therapeutic, isn't it? The sound of the scissors, I think it relaxes both the dog and the groomer. Should record that and then put it on a looping sound. And sometimes if I can't sleep, I'd probably sleep good if I listen to scissor noises. That's a weird thought, but you know how we listen to, sounds if we can't sleep. We'll listen to nature sounds and thunderstorms and fireplaces crackling. What about scissor sounds? I like the sound of scissors. The sound of scissors. The hills are alive. The sound of scissors. Oh. Okay, Maddie, I'll stop. Promise. No more singing. No more singing. You guys see the shape? We're scissoring the shape. Boy, you can really scissor well with these scissors. Okay, Maddie. Look in there. Make sure everything's nice and even. Look at the top. That needs tied together just a little better. Okay. Now, let's take a look at this leg here. This is our last leg. We're on our last leg, Miss Maddie. Straight down. I can see exactly what needs to come off there. Hold on, babe. Okay. Careful back here. That little knuckle and this pad here. Make sure you keep your scissors away from that. You just really got to look at them from every angle when you're scissoring. Okay, I know. Just wait. Maddie, you're being so good. You're being so good. Yes, you are showing everybody what a good girl you are. I'm so proud of you, Maddie. I need you to stand still for me. I want to scissor that leg better. She's kind of turning it in a little bit, which makes it hard to get the shape that I need. Okay, let me see this foot here, honey. Good job. I do really enjoy the schnauzer trim. It's a fun one. You can get it done relatively fast too. They dry fast. They demat easily. I just enjoy grooming this dog. I love grooming schnauzers. Don't know why. And they look so pretty. Look at them. They're beautiful. I like to groom poodles too. Poodles became one of my favorites immediately when I was learning to groom. The breed itself became one of my favorites as well as grooming them. I do love the poodle trims. I really, really do. Obviously, I have a golden doodle that I trim like a poodle, right? But I think it looks good on him. I think it fits him. My husband may disagree, but he usually doesn't say because he knows that I do the grooming. So he doesn't complain. He knows how much time Gus and I have to spend grooming. It's a lot of time. It takes a while to do a dog like Gus. All right. Looking good, young lady. Still picking away at this foot. That's how I am. Hang on, Maddie. She's a good girl. Isn't she a good girl? Maddie, you're such a good girl. All right, I am going to vacuum off this table and we'll do a little 360 view of Maddie. And maybe I can somehow pull that chat up and see if anybody had any questions. And says, hey, we can't hear you. We didn't hear anything the whole time because I'm not sure if these earbuds are acting as a mic. I guess it depends on sometimes the software you're trying to use it with, whether or not it will work. Hold on, Maddie. Okay, you look good. I'm just going to vacuum the hair off the table. Then I'm going to put some lovely cologne on Miss Maddie and some of my favorite Nature Specialty Silk and Finish that looks great on a schnauzer because we take the pattern so close. Yeah, see how dogs get a little crazy? They'll knock tools right off. If you had your scissors sitting there, they would be on the floor. Did you notice I put my scissors right back in there so that she can't kick them off? Because especially when they get excited, they'll start kicking your tools around. That's just what they do. All right. So, Maddie, let's just, hi, Gus. Take a quick little slicker brush and try to get anything off there that's sitting on the coat. Good job, Miss Maddie. Okay. Gonna put a spray of that in my hand. It just adds a little shine. Oh, isn't that nice? I love that product. Looks so good. Put some of my hair too, okay? And this is a Nature Specialty Cologne. I usually just spray the top of their head, around their ears, a little bit. Smells very lovely. Okay, so Maddie's done. Maddie, let's move you over here. Okay, good job, honey. Let me see here, guys, if I can do something here. Oh, look at this pretty girl. I love her. All right, let me take this off. Now, why can't I see the chat? Where's the chat? All messages are visible. Oh, I don't. There. Lady B, would you show us proper holds? Head, hip, and legs. Head, hip, and legs. Do you mean like how I hold her by the beard when I'm working with her head? I always hold, it's okay, Maddie. I always hold him here. And if she wants to jerk a little, I can feel that. See that? When I work on their legs, when I'm trimming, you'll see me do this a lot. Put my hand right there. And then I can kind of pick that leg up. I can turn it a little, but I have good control of it. See? I'm being very careful though. Yeah. When I work on their feet, I usually hold the paw up. I might see I use these fingers right here and just tip. If I'm trimming pads, I can use my fingers to move her feet a little closer, a little bit better. What else do we do? I like them to be on a fairly taut grooming lead. If I give her more room, she will tend to hang her head. Stop. See, she has a lot more play now, and she knows it. See that? Now, if I were working on her head, she has a lot of play to move. I want her if this is better, a little more taut. Now she has less play. So I think it's important to keep your dog on their grooming loop, you know, taut, kind of taut. See, that chat keeps going away. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on here. The sound was great. Really? You could hear this? We could clearly hear. Oh my God, it worked. Thank you, Astrid. Thank you for coming too. Aw. Okay, what else? Anybody had a question? I'm so excited seeing you live. I know, honey.